All right, here we are in this best of three series played out in the Alpha Navigators Cup number 26. And this is going to be a Vanguard vs Celestial starring here in the blue Vanguard, TDG, aka Scan. And his opponent here in the red Celestial with his surged arc ship already flying across the map is GameFriend. And this is, I think, the first appearance for Scan in the Alpha Navigators Cup, at least the first that I can recall this season. And this is also the final week, so if Scan can win this series here today, this means he will qualify, if I understand the rules properly, for the Season 2 finals next week. And GameFriend, I believe, is already qualified for those finals, so he will participate. And so I'll have to say, there's a little part of me that says I kind of want Scan to win this series so that he can show up next week and participate in those finals as well. And that'll just enrich our finals. So I guess I'm a little biased. I apologize for that. I'm looking forward to having a good tournament next week, and maybe that means I'm going to cheer for Scan this week. Now, the puppy dog has scouted out that this is the right location. He's come in the right direction. That might also be a signal to GameFriend that he knows kind of where his opponent is. Maybe not perfectly yet. I'm not sure if he scanned. He could have also spent energy on a scan. He is sending a morph core over here, and the pup is capturing the health camp. So this is a fairly aggressive collection array, and and another one. So GameFriend is being very eco-aggressive at this point, up to 4 collection arrays, and we already see our first hedgehog out. While Scan's puppy dog is chewing down on this power bank, and with its bonus damage to light, it does extra damage to that. Our hedgehog also, oh no, its bonus is versus heavy. So okay, but this power bank, unfortunately, is going down. And what do we have here? Another arc ship, so super heavy eco. This might not be the play, as we're about to lose that power. And now they're picking on the collection array, not the creation chamber. But there's nothing coming out of the creation chamber yet, it doesn't look like. We have another creation chamber going on back here. And another hedgehog's on the map. So I think that this collection array is going to have to lift off. Actually, we get a Sovereign's Watch instead, and this Strike Force runs away, although the puppy dog does get taken out. The hedgehogs are now where they're going to rotate right into the main, it looks like. There is an arc ship up here. Unfortunately, that doesn't do much for the defense. And they're going to jump right on top of this collection array as well. And the prism runs away, probably anticipating that the collection array is going to have to lift, and if these hedgehogs siege, the prism will be very vulnerable, and indeed it does lift off. And it's trying to get away, but they siege up, and just then an Argent pops out. But the anti-air is so punishing that it takes out the collection array, and then they unsiege, and now that they are unsieged, of course, they can rely on their kiting ability to target down these Argents, and indeed they do. The 2 Argents go down. Now this is looking pretty bad for GameFriend. He's lost a collection array, and he's got hedgehogs right in his base, but remember, he opened 4 collection arrays, so he does have more eco elsewhere. It's just he doesn't want to be losing these buildings that he's invested his minerals or luminite in. Another Argent going down, and these hedgehogs sieging up to take out the prism, and boom, there goes the prism. These hedgehogs being very punishing. Do we see we have Argents gathering over here, and we do have another collection or another creation and collection array here. These hedgehogs are just retreating. Okay, this one turns to put some damage down. Arc ship up on the high ground, another arc ship on the high ground here. And more hedgehogs coming in. So, oh, they're coming out to get the flower. That's why they were coming out. And now it's 5 Argents, 6 Argents versus these hedgehogs, plus a Sovereign's Watch. That's enough to chase the hedgies away. But they're going to come to this base now. And the Argents have moved all the way up. Well, they are going to move across the map to try and deal with this, but the Hedgehogs are just so mobile, so speedy. Another one stepping back to eat a cabbage, heal up. An Argent popping out, but they just ignore that as they hit siege up and take out another collection array. And now they can focus fire down these isolated Argents. Good micro from Scan to take the weak Hedgehog away from this ball of Argents here, and he retreats after taking out another collection array. That's 2 collection arrays taken out now. But with that, GameFriend actually has had time to build up a sizable Argent ball. Unfortunately, it's just not very speedy. It's not going to be able to chase down these Hedgehogs. And now we have 3 Hedgehogs here taking out another collection array. Again, it lifts off after that last patch. It takes longer to lift off. And once it's lifted up, okay, it looks like it's lowering itself back down again as the Hedgehogs escape. Now they're in combat now with these Argents. The Argents are mostly powered up. They're almost all out of power now. But those heavier shots were able to take out one of the Hedgehogs. The Hedgehogs jump in and try and get on top and focus fire down some Argents. They do indeed get a couple of them. Some weak Argents pulling back, so some good micro from GameFriend. But it looks like this micro battle is going to be won by Scan at the moment. Oh, what? There goes a Hedgehog. So, oh, and getting another one. Some good focus fire from GameFriend, but unfortunately losing almost all of his Argents to pair off a couple of Hedgehogs. So the trade's definitely in favor of Scan, and he just chases these retreating Argents back to GameFriend's base, and now there's just too many Hedgehogs. They focus fire down the power bank, take out another Argent, and I think this is probably going to spell the end for GameFriend here, as he now has 7 Hedgehogs running free in his base, and only single Argent here, 2 Argents, sorry, one was hiding there, I couldn't see him next to the mine. But again, very quickly focus fire down. One of these Hedgehogs is tanking the Sovereign's Watch, while the others are focusing down the collection array. Interesting, not the Creation Chamber, which is what has the Sovereign's Watch on it. Now they're focusing down the Creation Chamber. And it's going to go down, and they can siege up here, although they don't. Maybe this is over the high ground now and it's safe. It's hard to tell a little bit with the perspective. Another Hedgie coming out. These ones splitting off to attack in the main. And we really haven't had a response yet. GameFriend is just trying to stay alive, trying to produce enough Argents. I think if he was able to get a Guardian Nexus down and maybe produce some Kree, that might have been advantageous for him. Not only are Kree a little bit quicker with their upgrade, they might be able to chase down the Hedgehogs a little better. But he could be pumping some out of this Creation Chamber over here and trying to get a counterattack going. Maybe pull the Hedgehogs back. Now we see another Creation Chamber going down. This collection array is hiding. This collection array is trying to get back down, but here comes some sieged up Hedgehogs. And boom, it goes down as well. So now I think we are down to, here's one collection array. Here's another one. We just have Bobs coming down to the low ground. I guess they're probably trying to expand. They realize, wait a second, there's a base here. We're Bobs. We're pretty much invincible, so we're going to take out the base. This one Bob is just like, I can tank it all. I can tank 3 Argents. 3 Argents next to a power bank. No problem. No problem. And all the Hedgehogs come home, find this secret base, and that's finally going to be GG in game 1 out of GameFriend. Okay, right back at it. This is going to be game number 2 between these two, and oops, got that one wrong. It was Scan who took game number 1, and this here is GameFriend, our blue Celestial. Probably going to make some changes to his strat after going a little bit too eco-heavy in the last game. We'll see what kind of changes might come. And his opponent, winner of the first game, Scan in the red Vanguard, has opened with nothing. His puppy dog is out to scout. Well, it's his scout. It's a scout. I call him a pup or a dog. That's what he looks like. He's a cybernetic dog. He's sort of like the Terminator. He's got a fleshy exterior over a robot skeleton. I don't know what the lore really is, but he is a cyborg. We can see right there he's a biological, but he is also mechanical. That means Bobs can repair him and repair Omatics as well. If you didn't know that, now you know. And this Bob, because he's mechanical, he can actually eat buildings. That's why he was chewing down on that collection array. He's trying to just get dinner. And now we see the Sovereign's Watch, which was dual purpose, chased away the dog while also dealing damage to these creeps. Now the pup's going to come back. Now, yeah, the Sovereign's Watch has been updated to prioritize enemy units. And that may have just been Scan's intention there, which was to draw some of the fire and make it so that it slows down GameFriend's creeping here. And again, we see GameFriend opening with a very early second arc ship. This is something that I think is actually pretty good for a Celestial Eco player. And I'd like to see that more and more. Now, the current meta, of course, is to go more into Morph Core and Collection Array play. We saw that last game out of GameFriend and it didn't work as well, so maybe this game he's switching up to second arc ship, which allows for more prism production and allows you to stay on 2 base instead of going up to 3 or 4. But we're seeing 4th dog showing up now for Scan, and this power bank's going to go down, and it sure does. There's only one Morph Core above trying to deal with this. Now the Morph Core at least is invincible. It cannot be hit by these dogs, but it's kind of slow. And really we need to get some kind of ground army out as more dogs show up on the scene. So this time it's going to be a dog play. This is really interesting actually from Scan. Having opened, I thought, with no racks, I thought that Scan might go into an early command post play, but we do not see a second base. Instead, we see this dog play. So 2 Morph Cores denying the dogs from taking the health camp. That is probably really good, because if those dogs were able to heal up there, they would be even more of a pain in the butt here. And with that said, there's like 8 or 9 of them here, and they're going to chew down this collection array pretty quick, but a Sovereign's Watch gets pulled, and that's enough to chase them away. So they're going to run away. Again, if they had that health camp to run back to, that would be so much more in their favor, but they do not. And there's still a Morph Core there saying, buzz off. You can't take it from me. So they're going to have to run back. There is a healing flower there. I think one of the dogs already ate it. So they might have to go all the way back to their side of the map if they want healing. And looks like they're going to stop off at the Shadow Mastiffs, and some good micro from Scan to take the weak ones away. There were a couple there that were close to death, but microed them away so they don't get targeted down by these crazy chaotic Shadow Mastiffs. To be honest, they kill Gaunts of mine all the time. They kill Fiends all the time. And now they're head back, as I thought, maybe to take out this health camp so they can heal up. Hedgehog's being added, so that's more units. This is looking like a pretty devastating army. Now we do have Kree out over here, and let's see. I don't see yet. We do have the rollout, so... Oh, and a Cabal. Okay, I like this as well. Some players thinking Cabal are too strong. Other players thinking Cabal are not strong enough. I just really like the Cabal unit. I'm liking it more and more now that it's got a little bit of buffs. I'd love to see some Mind Shackles in some of these games, but I don't think it's quite there yet where Mind Shackle's going to be a common thing we see. The Kree roll out, but unfortunately this was maybe not a great choice because the dogs get us around and they do take out 2 of the Kree. There is the Cabal in the back, which is trying to stay safe from this fast mobile army. Now if the Cabal can power up, it can use its Debilitate to slow down. We see a Debilitate going down on one of the Hedgehogs there. But now, yes, as Scan has claimed this camp, he's able to heal up his pups, and with some really nice unit splitting and micro there, he controls his Hedgehogs to put in damage while they're mostly at full to really annoy these Kree. We see the Cabal moving out to, again, slap down a Debilitate, but that debilitated Hedgehog is in the back, so not really having to deal with some Kree jumping on top of it, and this Creation Chamber might go down. We now see a Sovereign's Watch as part of this defense, and the Hedgehogs retreat back to the healing camp, and now we see the Kree and Argent Force push into that camp. It's not great to fight in a healing camp, but GameFriend needs to clear out these units from camping out right in front of his base. It's one of the risks of this health camp. It's almost a pocket health camp. It feels like it's right there in your base, but because it's just outside of your base, pushes that are allowed to situate themselves in that camp can be very hard to push back, as we're seeing right now. And again, now that they're healed up, they're going to push in, try and take out this creation chamber. More Cabals have been added, and again, their debilitate's going down. Their debilitate actually lasts for quite a while. Slowed down from a recent patch, but I think it's 20 seconds still, if I'm reading that tooltip correctly. Again, trying to skirmish around this health camp, but I guess both teams here are able to heal up because the arc ships here are going to be casting those healing spells down on the Argents and Kree. I'm not sure what the rate there is. I feel like the arc ships are going to heal lower. We now see a power bank going down. So this harass is starting to become hard to deal with. We got now another creation chamber going down, and that's going to open up this attack path more. We can focus down that link node, which has not yet converted into a strike node. And that's just going to make it harder for GameFriend to defend here. Again, debilitate's being used. We see that those Cabals are being powered up by the power banks behind there, allowing them to keep having energy for these debilitates, but they're just not really helping quite yet. The debilitated hedgehogs are moving themselves into the back of their arc, which means that they can't really be focused down by the Kree. And now it's the Guardian Nexus that's going to go down, and I think this is probably it. We're seeing most of the production being lost. We see new production going down on the high ground, but that's going to take time to warp in. And we also see now power banks being picked off. So the health camp is respawned, which is going to be a moment of reprieve for GameFriend as Scan tries to re-engage it, but I guess Scan decides to retreat back. Ooh, two Vulcans showing up on the scene. They're here to clear some slimes out. They say, no problem. Bye-bye, slimes. Now everybody heal up, and we're going to do our final push. Let's do it. Some promotes going down. And here's the final stand. Our weakened dogs are the front line tanking. These Vulcans are saying, let's just mow down this power bank, and the Kree run out to try and deal with them, but they all just explode. There is a blast node on the high ground there. We saw one shot get fired down. We also saw a shield up. It looked like on the Vulcan, although it was quickly dealt with, so it must have been focus fired down. There goes an arc ship. Here comes, oh, I thought the collection array was next, but no, they're going to focus down the blast node. And now they're going to push up the ramp, where we were in red power momentarily, and probably will be again when this power bank goes down. No, we leave the power bank at like 1 hit point. It goes down now. New power banks, however, have warped in the back, restoring green power. But this is going to be GG from GameFriend in game number 2, and a win for Scan in this series.